Sudden yawn attack. Jesus. Caffeine has not hit me yet. Alright. Let's get cooking. I have like 40 billion projects going on right now, and I think I'm going crazy. So I need to finish some of them. But normally on Sundays I've been playing game. Last couple weeks I've been playing Stargrave, which has been amazing. This week I want to talk about LVO. The big LVO, big in quotations, LVO reveal stream. I just wanted to bullshit about it a little bit, honestly. Just because it sort of just happened on Thursday. And yeah, weird thoughts about it. So what I figured I'd do is I'd show off some of the 3D printing stuff I've been doing, because my 3D printer's pretty much been running non-stop since I got it. Because like there's just so much cool stuff out there to 3D print. So I figured I would take a look at some of the stuff I've been 3D printing and stuff I've got up for painting that we will probably work on painting a little bit today. And bullshit a little bit about LVO. I do like a hobby kind of stream. I thought it might be kind of fun. So, before I get to the 3D print stuff, just to show them off, I assembled and primed all of the guys from Bladeborn. So hopefully I'll be able to get these printed up this week, or painted up this week. And then we'll be able to play Bloodborne, or Bladeborn, next week. So, they're pretty cool. The Hunt, or whatever these ones are called, the Barbarians, they're okay. They're just kind of like normal barbarian kind of guys. They're nothing really like crazy special. The dog thing they have is neat, but I'm not sure if it's a dog or cat. It's kind of like a weird monster. But, no, come on. Thank you. Hello! But yeah, he's pretty cool. The guy with the headsman axe was pretty cool. And, but yeah, they're just kind of like generic barbarians. But really, for the Bladeborn box, they're basically free, so. This guy's got really cool hair. He's got like spike hair. It's pretty cool. He's got like this weird bow. But for the Bladeborn box, you basically get 2 teams for the price of 1, so. Conqueror's Ravagers are what I really wanted. So they are super cool and will go really well with my cast guys. So there she is. And then her Chaos Sister. So they'll be super fun. Super fun to paint up. We've got Slambo here. I really like his like grabbing the like armor panel thing hand there. It's really neat. And last but not least, just the generic Cast Warrior. So they're just pretty good, and they're very similar to these guys, who are my Chaos Warriors that I have all finished painted up. So that's a special edition one, and then this is the leader of the standard Chaos Warrior team. So yeah, so we'll get them all painted up. It'll be pretty sweet. Alright, so they're on the burner. Hopefully I'll have them painted for next week for getting to play and try out Bladeborn. Should be pretty sweet. But let's look at some 3D prints. So I think I've shown this guy off on the stream before, but I want to do it again. This I have Gundam all over my desk because I'm painting a Gundam, but besides that, he's just everywhere at the moment. You can go over there. This guy, I think I've shown off on the stream before, but I want to show him off again. Because I'm going to drop him off to my friend today, who I printed him for as a gift. This is the Dread Saurian. So this is a full-size Dread Saurian for my friend Matt that I printed as a gift. So he's pretty honking big as far as models go. So that's the head and the neck. The pieces actually fit together extremely well. It's just right now there's little like nubs on there, and they just need to be sanded off, and then they'll fit together like a fucking charm. Yeah, you can see all the little nubs probably. When the light catches them, you can see them. Yeah, those are just from the supports. For whatever reason, the company that put the supports on this, the nubs on the flat areas stuck around really bad, but all the other nubs came right off and are beautiful. So, yeah, he's pretty boss, not gonna lie. He's got a platform there, and he gets another platform here, and then he gets another platform here, somehow, like that. So yeah, he's pretty badass. He's super, super cool. So I'll be dropping him off to my friend Matt today, and then Matt can put him together and paint him all up, and he can terrorize everybody at the Learn to Play events with a Dread Saurian. There's the head, and I'm gonna print one of these up for me because I want one for my Lizardmen too. But this is Matt's Dread Saurian. Pretty awesome. Lots of really cool details. This was done by One Page Rules. This is actually one of their earlier models. This thing is really, it's got this cute like garter belt thing. This thing is really, it's phenomenal. I fucking super love it. Alright, the other super big print I've done is from my friend Paul. This is a Chaos War Mammoth. So there it is. There's a miniature, just for a sense of scale. And then we have the head, goes on there, like that. And we have the body, which I think goes like this. The platform, I mean, goes like that. So you end up with something like this. Or whatever noise elephants make, I don't know, man. I live in Hawaii, there's no elephants here. He's got these big tusks that sort of go like that, kinda. Something like that. On this one side, maybe? Yeah, this one goes on this side. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. So, really neat things about this model. All the detail grain actually lines up really well. So, like the grain on the tusks and the grain on the head there actually lines up super well, which is really nice. He also has a whole squad of like soldiers to go on his like little war platform thing, so they can be like yeah. So pretty cool. The one problem with this model is that the back of the head here is not flat. That's just from the print. Like, that's not the 3D printer messing up. That's just the model. It's really weird. It's not flat at all. So when you go to put it on and you line it up, it's just a little wobbly, right? Like there's a little bit of space and stuff. So it just needs like, I don't know, it needs like 5 minutes of sanding and then it'll sit perfect. But until then, there's a gap. So I feel a little bad. This side could use some sanding too, because there's a bubble here and a bubble like there. And it's just from the design of the file. It's not from the print at all. So, not sure. You can see it. You can see it wiggle. Not sure why that happened. I think it's just from the file. Pretty sure. But he's going to need a little bit of cleanup to get his head working. Other weirdnesses of the print. Here in the armor had trouble. I'm not sure why. But that point and that point did. Those are really only problems with the print. So the weirdness with the back of the head being flat and then these 2 points being screwed up. There's like the only 2 problems. I will say the Dread Saurian printed with 0 problems. But these are the only ones I had on these. Alright. Oh, man. God, we're just box after box after box of 3D printed. Oh, yeah, I have one of these. This is just a sexy lizard dude. Or a lady. I mean, it's a lizard, so it's all inside. It's just a sexy lizard. I have one of those for my friend Matt, too. So you'll get one of those, too. I'll add that to his box. I have a bunch of these printed. So these are Char styled Beastmen. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with these, but they're really fucking cool. They're, oh no, that's another sexy lizard lady. That's my sexy lizard lady. Where's the other? No. Hold on. Detour. Okay, here's another one. This is the one with Sahathan. That's a named sword from Guild Wars 2. Okay. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but they are the coolest fucking thing. And they are Char themed Beastmen. Char themed. They're literally just fucking Char, like 100%, right? This is Sahathan, right? Like, which is one of the swords the like one of the main characters has, right? He's even got the 4 horns, everything. Like, it just is a fucking Char. And it's so cool. They're from One Page Rules as well. They have a couple, like a ton of models in that line, including like weird centaur monsters and all kinds of cool shit. Really, really cool stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, so they're just sort of in a pile right now. But I really wanted to print them out because they're just so rad. Alright, so next up, I've got some of these. So these are not assembled yet. But this is a modular, like, Knight and Chaos Knight, like, building system to where you can make your own custom knights and stuff. So I'm going to try to build him while holding him. So you get like different heads and hands and accessories and stuff, and you get to put them together. And they're just the coolest thing. So this is a campaign called Valiant and the Vile. This is one of their like demo free prints. This one is, and then here's a normal body that's not like chaos corrupted. So if I like wanted him to have like a mace, I have a mace right there. If I wanted him to have, I don't know, this cool like horned helmet, right? And you can just make like your own like knights out of these. Super awesome system. The buy-in for that is like $40, which is a little high for STLs, but the system's fucking cool, and the website doesn't show you like even half of what you get in it. So I have a whole box here, and I have more on the printer bed. You can see all kinds of like swords and axes and stuff. So I have a whole box here that I've been printing out of these because they're fucking awesome. And I'm going to use them as alternate Blight Kings for my Nurgle army. So there's one with like a big mouth in the belly. You can see even the mouth on the inside has teeth. Like, the detail is phenomenal. Here's one where the dude's like covered in spikes. Here's one where the dude's got like a centipede crawling up his back and arm. Alright. These need a little bit of cleanup still, but there's one with like a bunch of tentacles. But like they're gonna be my alternate Blight Kings. And I just oh my god, I love them so much. It's a beard hair. This one's a little more normal looking. He's just kinda like overflowing his armor. I know that feel. Here's a dude who's like super overflowing his armor. Stop. But out the back. And then he's got like all kinds of swords and daggers and shit stuffed in it. It's super cool. Let's see. That's just another spiky guy. Here's an even spikier guy with a mouth in his belly. 2 for 1 there. But the coolest one is this thing, which is like a guy that's been split in half, and it's just have like tentacles pouring out of his chest. It's just so cool, right? So like here's like a claw hand of some kind. That will go on there like that. Or here's this really cool crazy head, right? And that will just go. I'll just go like that. Or we could put that head on this body if we wanted. Just super, super cool stuff. Here's a really cool, like, big long nose one. It's got like a big, like, Teutonic Knight nose. Here's one that's like kind of corrupted. Just awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Ooh, check this one out. You could just give him like a fucking worm head. Bleh, worm head. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's such an awesome system. So if you want just one faction of it, it's like $20. And if you want both factions, it's like 40. No, I think one faction's like 25, and both factions are like 40. And you get like hundreds of pieces for each side. So I've just started printing them. But like literally, I'm probably gonna fill this box up with these. Because they're so awesome. I've got like a giant bell on there. I've got like a giant coffin slab shield. Just so cool. So cool. Just an awesome system. It's called the Valiant and the Vile. I have the Valiant Knights, the non-corrupted ones as well. But I haven't started printing those off yet. But they've got all kinds of cool stuff like manual rotary like Gatling guns and blunderbusses in case you wanted a little more like fancy. It's fucking rad. It's a really, really, really cool system. I'm going to be printing these off for a couple of days. I'm really hyped for these. So, all right. So, next up, I've got some stuff, and we'll probably pick one of these to start painting. And we'll actually start talking about LVO 20 minutes in. I got some stuff from a company called Papaskel, something like that. It's like Paskiel. They have a tribes on my mini factory, so for like $10 they give you a whatever the fuck you get this month, and then you get like a big welcome pack, and then you also get a 40% off coupon. So I did that, and then I printed some stuff from the welcome pack, which is actually all back there. It's just not really ready yet. And then I printed off some things that I just really, really liked, that I got for 40% off. So each one of these, the STL ended up with the 40% discount. STL ended up being like $1, something like that, and maybe they were like 50 cents ish of resin. So, but I wanted some like weird characters for Stargrave, like weird NPCs and stuff. So yeah. So I've got. Let me show you my wares. This like hidden supply coat salesman guy, which is pretty cool. He's got what looks like a landmine and some grenades and some magazines and all kinds of stuff in there. I thought he would make a cool NPC, like maybe in a market or something. I've got this guy here, and I've done a little bit of work to him to customize him. So I gave him an AdMech backpack, because the backpack he came with was just too cyberpunk. Didn't look 40k enough. And then I gave him an AdMech head. Again, because the head he had was just too cyberpunk. It didn't look 40k at all. So, and he's got these cool containers. This guy's actually multi-part, which was also really nice. So you can give him like different containers and stuff if you want. But there he is. He's like a little shipping boy. I've got a hard suit from Aliens. That's just what this is. This is just a hard suit from Aliens, like 1 for 1. It's super cool. I like it a lot. But at the same time, it's also like, LOL, what? So it's just an alien spacesuit. I thought it would just make a cool Stargrave NPC. And he's got like his little toolbox and stuff. There's a bunch of these have like guns and stuff, but I just wanted the like generic worker one. I've got this lady who can only afford half a shirt. Just because I thought it was cool. I thought she'd make it just a neat background NPC. She's got some kind of like, I don't know, gang jacket on, and her titties almost hanging out, and like some kind of like space suit kind of pants and boots. I don't know. I thought she might just be some random hive scummer. I thought it might be kind of cool. I think she was actually part of the welcome pack. I'll save some of the most interesting ones for last. This guy is like a cyber hacker who's like built into his computer. I ended up swapping the head out with a servitor head, because I thought the idea of having like a personal servitor hacker was kind of cool. And then I gave him this big like plasma fucking cannon, because the model itself had like a little cannon here, but I was like, meh, it doesn't look 40k, so I gave him this like giant plasma cannon. I thought that might be fun. Thought that might be a fun mini. Next up are 2 people that I put on one base, because I kind of liked the concept of them together. So this guy normally doesn't have a gas mask. I gave him the gas mask. And then this lady normally comes with a different pole, but this is just a piece of gunpowder on her. So it's like a, I don't know, like a cyber stripper and some kind of like showman pimp guy. I don't know. I thought it had some personality and was fun. There is a naked version of her, but I thought the clothed one sort of made more sense. Plus, you can't get the naked one without without a machine gun, so, which was kind of weird. I wish the naked one didn't have a machine gun, but whatever. But yeah, so it's like cyber stripper and her pimp, which is pretty cool. And then the weirdest fucking one, get ready for maximum weird, is another one of these vendors, but she's super fat and selling like food and has like a FUPA wheelchair. I do not even know how else to describe that. She's got some kind of weird pistol, but it's like a FUPA wheelchair. And there's an entire range of these weird things with the FUPA wheelchairs, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. But one of them was really, I was just like, okay, that's so fucking weird. I need to print it. But she's in like some kind of like mini skirt with like knee highs and some kind of like ganger jacket. I was like, what even is this design? It's just so fucking weird. And then the Fupa wheelchair. I was like, okay, sure. You know what? Yeah, we'll print you. You'll be a weird addition to the hive, you know? So that's all the ones I have prepped. I have it's another sexy lizard. I've got a bunch more. I've got that just aren't prepped. I've got this lady here. She has like a robot bird that can go in that arm. I've got this like robot hacker lady with a stick. I've got this gang guy who looks like he's from the 80s, which is pretty awesome. And then I've got this like little doctor who I thought was also pretty cool. But that's what I've got, and I think I have a couple more floating around in there, but they're just not really ready. But that's what I got there. So man, yeah, my 3D printer been fucking busy. I mean, including stuff, you know, like this guy and this guy we painted on stream last time we did a paint. Stuff like that. Oh, and the piggy. I haven't shown off the piggy painted. Let's look at the piggy. Alright, 30 minutes of me just looking at toys on the camera without doing anything. Good job, Josh. So yeah, there's my piggy. I'll paint it up. You can see his piggy balls. And yeah, he's just painted up to be the Lord of Blights. That's what he's going to be. Alright, so let's pick something to paint. Let's work on the... Let's actually do the spacesuit. Okay. Let's find... sulfide ox or ochre. So, yeah. Or basilisk brown. Basilisk brown's not bad. Yeah. So we'll work on painting the spacesuit. Yeah. Oh yeah, the 3D printing's been just so much fucking fun. It's been so much fun. I'm like super in love with it. Like I can't wait to get more stuff on there. Like I legitimately can't wait to get more stuff on there. Printing. It's just been phenomenal. I'm like so in love with it. I'm gonna print a ton more of those night skies. Like I'm gonna have like a fucking metric ass ton of those. Yeah, they have so many cool options. Like I'm gonna have probably way more of those than I need of Blight Kings. So I've got some Blight Kings already. I'm gonna mix in, so it's like a mix unit. But yeah, so cool. All right, so let's do this one. Alright, Basilisk Brown, we're trying you out. It's the fun thing about these, like, not related to individual projects, sort of one-off minis. Like, I know a lot of people don't like painting this kind of one-off minis. One sec, I have to get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, got some water. So, a lot of people don't like painting these, like, one-off, kind of weird minis. They want to, like, paint an army or something. But honestly, the one-off minis are really nice. Because they give you the ability to to do something you might not normally do. Like I've had this color forever, but I've never actually used it. Right? Like, you know, so this guy's giving me a chance to break it out, essentially, which is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna get some base code down. But yeah, man, in addition to all the 3D printed nonsense, this week was LVO, which is fucking crazy. Like, it's just, it's crazy to think that, like, conventions and stuff are still happening with, like, COVID and all. Like, I know people have to live their lives, but, like, you know, I saw the picture of the game room, and, like, that you would have used to, like, super excited me. But now, like, I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, that's fucking nightmare fuel. Just this giant room with that many people. No one wearing masks. And I was just like, oh my god. Dude, I would, like, be like, no. Excuse me. Yeah, it was crazy to see. But, I mean, hey, people had fun, I guess. A lot of people are probably going to get Warhammer COVID, but it's okay. Alright, that's going to need a second coat. Alright. Well, while he dries, let's grab another guy. We'll just keep working on these weirdos. Delivery guy? Yeah, we can do the delivery guy. Let's do the delivery guy. So yeah, man, it was both really cool to see something still happening, and also nightmare fuel. Like, straight up, like, holy shit, get me out of here kind of stuff. Like, I would not want to be there. So it's just weird, you know, like, how with COVID and everything, just all of that's changed. Because, like, before I would have saw that, I would have been so excited about it. So I actually used to, like, fucking love crowds. Like, legitimately, like, I would, like, go to places because there was crowds. Just because, like, at a place like that, there's, like, an excitement, like, in the air. And you can, like, feel it. Right? Like, it's one of the things I actually used to, before COVID hit, I used to love about Honolulu. Because everyone's like, oh, Honolulu's so crowded. And I'm like, yes. But the cool thing about Honolulu is that Hawaii is a lifetime destination. Right? This is the place that a lot of people come on their wedding, right? On their honeymoon, on, you know, whatever, right? This is the place that, like, a couple might save up for years and years to come to, right? So lots of times, right, there's a lot of rude and shitty tourists, but a bunch of those are on this, like, once in a lifetime vacation, right? Or this, like, once in a lifetime event, like a honeymoon or something. And that's so electric. Like, I fucking love the energy of that. It's like so exciting, right? So, like, I used to love just being in Honolulu because of that. Because of this, like, feeling you would get from being down there with all the people that are, like, you know, on their once in a lifetime kind of trip. It was just super rad. It's just super, super rad, and I really, really, really liked it. But now it's like, oh my god, stay the fuck away from me, weirdos. I don't want to be near you. There's too many fucking people here, you know? And it's kind of a shame. Thank you for agoraphobia, fucking COVID. Alright, let's see. Let's do this guy's scarf in a bright color. But yeah, so you look at all the photos and it's kind of crazy. Supposedly the tournaments were pretty fun. In the AOS tournament, I've seen people talking about how the dragons have done very well, which is cool, because dragons are fucking awesome. I've seen people complaining about them, which means they might be probably slightly oppressive, but meh. Dragons are cool, so dragons deserve to fucking dominate stuff because they're just cool as shit. There we go. We'll do his collar like that. Give him some gray pants. Let me check it out. And then there was the reveals. Air quotes. So they showed off a couple of things. About 75% of what they showed off was already shown off before that show, though. And that's not because of leaks. That's just because of Games Workshop. So they showed off some stuff for the Eldar. They showed off Shining Spears, Morgan Ra, and the Avatar of Cain. Games Workshop had shown these off themselves a month earlier. They did it in the preview video where they showed you like sort of fast like snippets of every model and kind of like spun them around weird and put it to music and stuff. So they had shown you these already, right? So like everything in that reveal was not a surprise, right? Like we knew this stuff was coming. We knew this was going to happen. Like there was no surprise there at all. And that holds true for the AOS stuff as well, because we'd also previously seen, and I'll get to talking about the AOS stuff a little more, but we'd also previously seen the AOS stuff in that same video. We saw that there was going to be a new Night Haunt. Cool, bot. Rock on. We saw there was going to be a new Night Haunt character, and we saw there was going to be a new Daughters of Cain character. So yeah, so it was just a little mind boggling that they I bet our guy's dry for his next coat. That they were like, oh, look at all these reveals. Because yeah, they were the full reveal, but none of those were a surprise. So literally the entire beginning of that show was not a surprise at all. Which is just kind of crazy, to be honest. And considering that's like most of the show, right? Like that we already knew a majority of the models that have been announced. We didn't know there would be a new Bloodthirster, and everyone was super hyped for it. But then it's Forge World, so fuck it, who cares? Forge World is just too damn expensive for not good enough quality. I've seen some of my friends' Forge World stuff and like what he's had to go through with it, and it's atrocious, right? Like, literally, the 3D prints I showed you earlier are better than what Forge World does. And I'm just... These are, like, my first 3D prints. I'm some amateur fuckhead. Like... You know what I mean? With, like, my consumer grade printer. Like, the fact that Forge World has so many errors and warping and, like, all this stuff, like, is ridiculous. So, don't care at all about the Bloodthirster. And then they announced there's going to be a new Kill Team box, which they only announced there's going to be Corsairs in it, but everyone knows it's Corsairs versus Chaos because of other leaks. And weirdly, the only other... So, out of that preview video they did at the beginning of the year, there was 2 other models shown off. One of which was a big Chaos Knight. Weirdly, they did not announce the big Chaos Knight. So he was weirdly absent from the show. As was the... it's like a little vest jacket. Okay. As was the Tyranid that they showed off in that video. So during the LVO preview, they had shown off everything from that teaser video except for those 2 models. We got to see everything else in there. Which, I'll be honest, is kind of crazy. You think they would just show off everything from that teaser video fully, but I guess not. Let's see. This arm too. Just like that. There we go. Sweet. What are you? Army green? Yeah, we'll do the guy's coat in green. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy that they showed off everything except for those 2 things. And they showed off the Kill Team box, which is Corsairs with Chaos. I already talked about that. We know it's going to be Chaos. It's the other side of that, but they didn't show shit for it. They also showed off a teaser for a new Necromunda expansion, which is like vehicles out in the like ash wastes, which is a really, really fun idea. I like that idea a lot. I can get really excited about that. But they didn't show fucking shit for it. All they showed was a weird, like, PowerPoint, like, animation trailer for it. And I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. And then they were like, oh, this is coming. And I'm like, but you didn't show me anything from it, so I don't fucking care. So yeah. So the preview as a whole was very disappointing. The Necromunda stuff will probably be exciting when it's actually really shown off. The Kill Team box I don't give 2 fucks about. The Forge World thing I don't care about at all. Same thing with the Elder stuff. The Elder stuff and the Forge World guide, they're very nice. I just don't give a fuck. I don't play Eldar, and I don't like how Eldar stuff looks. Like, it's fine for people that do, but it is not for me. So I don't care. Like, it's nice that Eldar is finally getting something new. That's awesome. But at the same time, like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't. But the one interesting thing from the reveal was the AOS box. So they revealed a Age of Sigmar box, which is Daughters of Cain versus Night Haunt. Now, I like the Night Haunt. I think they're cool. I also like the Daughters of Cain. I also think they're cool. I couldn't really see myself ever playing Daughters of Cain. Just because if I'm going to take an army somewhere and play it, I don't see myself ever playing Daughters of Cain. However, I could see myself playing Night Haunt. So the box for the Night Haunt, the neat thing about it is that there's no repeated units. So it's all like individual stuff. So you get a unit of this, and you get a unit of this, and you get a unit of this. And that's really cool. That's how I like my boxes a lot. It's the same thing on the Daughters of Cain side, but we'll get to that. But you get what honestly is probably the coolest... Oh, God, I'm way off camera. Come on. There we go. You get what's probably the coolest Night Haunt hero they've ever made, who is sort of the spooky ghost writer, like scribe guy, who's got like 3 arms and is like built into like a lectern with a big book on it. It's really cool. And it's a good bit different from the normal Night Haunt, like spooky cloth aesthetic. He's really, really cool. Just as far as models go. So you get him, who's brand new. You get a unit of Archer Ghosts, who are brand new. They look pretty nice. They've got a very like War Guards kind of like hunched over sort of aesthetic-y look to them. That's kind of cool. So they're like their crossbows, and you've got these like conical helmets, and they look like they would be like walking on ramparts or like floating around like ramparts to like protect a haunted city or something, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty much exactly how you want them to look, to be honest. So they're pretty boss, and you get the amazing boss leader. You also get a unit of Banshee ladies, who are pretty cool. They're like, I don't know, they're sort of like living ghost wedding dresses. They're pretty neat looking too. And then you get a unit of guys with like ghost guys with like maybe they're ghost ladies, I don't know, with like great swords, which is pretty cool. So they're like ghosts with big swords, and then you get a unit of ghosts with like incense burner weight things, and like locks and chains, and they're like kind of like swinging them around. They're really cool. I don't know what the fuck they even describe them as. They're really cool models. You get a unit of those as well. So it's pretty cool, the Night Haunt side of that box is. I was pretty interested in that. I'm sort of on the fence if I want to pick it up or not whenever it comes out. So it'll probably be a couple months still before it comes out. But it's a cool box. It's a cool box for sure. The models in it are really neat. I think if I was to pick it up, I would probably try to paint them like oil. Stop. I would probably try to paint them like oil. Because then they're going to tie into the guys I'm going to make as a celebratory thing for Guild Wars 2 coming out. Who are going to all have like oil ghost parts. And I think it would look fucking awesome to have like all of these like Fern Gully style like oil wraiths like going across the table. I think that would look really cool and be very unique. So yeah, so if I do end up doing some Night Haunt, that's probably what they'll be. That will mean I have every Death Army. I will, because I'm working on vampires right now. Alright, the wolves say hi. I'm working on vampires. I've got more tech behind me. The Odyssey Arc Bone Reapers behind me, who I'm going to build as a special event for Guild Wars 2 next month. And then that would be Night Haunt, so I'd have like all the Death Armies. Some other vampires I'm working on that are on my desk. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. No more vampires. Which is a little weird to be like, oh, I've got all the Death Armies. But at the same time, they're all really cool. So, little bit of memory lane here. Okay? A little bit of memory lane. I apologize. Man, God. 5 years ago? Something like that. I was in Maryland, my favorite game store, and I had heard they were getting this like Warhammer starter set in. And it was for a new game that didn't require a huge army, and it had cards like Magic the Gathering, and I was like, maybe my husband will play it with me. And it was called Shadespire. And I was super excited. I was like, oh man, you know what? I bet you my husband will really like the ghosts that are in this. So that's really cool. So I wanna pick this up. I'm really excited for it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into this thing. I'm gonna do it. I have enough money to do miniatures and stuff now, right? Like I just got a raise at work. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I am so excited. Go out there. Nobody has it. Totally sold out. I was like, oh, I was so sad. I was so sad. They didn't get more in. I don't know if they ever got more in. I was just so sad. I was so hyped for it. It crushed me. And I never ended up playing Underworlds. Because I just sort of moved on to Kill Team as I came out here to Hawaii. But I was really, really, really excited for it. And then it didn't work out. So, I think the Ghosties kind of, they have an appeal for me because of that. Because of sort of like this thing that I was going to do with them and then didn't work out. So I do think the ghosts are really cool, and I think it's because of that reason, probably. My little bit of memory lane there from when I was going to do Underworlds and then nowhere fucking had it. It sold out instantly. It is all good. It is all good. And now I have like every army under the sun and a 3D printer printing more armies. And now I'm playing, like fucking third-party games and stuff with custom minis I 3D printed model. So look how times have changed. But you know, it's fun. I do think the ghosts. I have a soft spot because of that event. So when I saw the ghosts, I was pretty hyped for them. Now, here's the pisser with the ghosts. They were in the previous edition, like starter sets. GW doesn't make anymore. So a lot of their models are kind of obnoxious to get now. Because they don't have a like start collecting yet. I mean, maybe they'll get one, but you know, I didn't get one after their box, so who knows. Oh man, I'm way off the camera again. Fuck me, Jesus. There we go. So yeah, so some of their models are pretty annoying to get. Maybe if you can get a hold of one of the original starter sets, it's a little bit better. But they're like crazy expensive some places, and they're really cheap others. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, so some of their models are kind of obnoxious to get a hold of. I wish they had like just like a combat patrol box, right? Because like a combat patrol box plus this new box would probably be a really nice set of options for an army to play with. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they do. So we will have to. I don't know. I'm gonna look into options for that, see what I want to do with it. But the one downer for that box is the other side of it. God, camera, come on, man, come on, thank you. The other one downer for that is the Daughters of Cain side of that box is how do I say this? It sucks. You get some like harpy ladies, which are really cool, and you get a bunch of like witches who are also really cool models. You don't get any of the cool snake ladies, which is a real disappointment. But what you do get are these really fucking ancient looking cavalry. Alright, now I shouldn't pick on a model for looking old, okay? But Jesus fucking Christ. These cavalry are so fucking old looking. Like, oh my god. They look like they're from, like, the fucking 90s. Like, I am genuinely shocked GW still produces them. That's how old this cavalry looks. So yeah, that just kind of blows my mind a little. That they would be sort of in this much more newer, like fancy modern box, and you would have these just like ancient looking cavalry. But it's just really weird. So you get a bunch of ancient looking cavalry. And then you also get a new character. Now, I like the like sexy dominatrix lady aesthetic. I think it looks cool. Let's see, which one is this? Abomination Gore, what are you? Empire Red. Fuck it, we'll do you in shiny red. I like the dominatrix lady aesthetic. I think it looks cool. But Jesus Christ, the how do I even describe this model? Sorry, I just had an idea with some of the leftover paint. The leader for the Daughters of Cain, she looks kind of like a fucking troll doll. Like, legitimately, she looks kind of like a troll doll. Her head is too big, and she's in this, like, prancy, like I'm doing a circus act pose. And I'm like, this does not match the, like, dominatrix, dommy mommy aesthetic of any of the other Daughters of Cain. It's, like, definitely not the, like, angry snake lady aesthetic that they're supposed to be. And I'm just like, who made this model? like legitimately, like, who did this? Because they did bad. like really bad. Like, that model looks atrocious. Like, genuinely, I don't mean to, like, shit on the people that sculpt things, but, like, genuinely, whoever the fuck sculpted that should be ashamed. And it's so weird, because, like, the Night Haunt one looks fucking amazing. Like, and then you have this Daughters of Cain model who's being shown up by her fucking line infantry. And I'm just like, what? It would be like if Lilith Hesperax didn't look as good as one of the standard Drukhari. Right? Like, that's the situation we're in. And Lilith Hesperax looks phenomenal. She is a gorgeous model. But, like, if she didn't look as good as, like, a standard infantry, that's where we are. But, yeah, it's just super weird. So on the Daughters of Cain side, you end up getting two nice, genuinely nice units. Right, the witches look good, the flying ladies look good, and then you get two really bad units. You get these, like, atrocious, ancient-looking cavalry, and you get the horrible-looking HQ. And it's just like, man. So I kind of want to pick the box up for the Night Haunt side, but I genuinely don't know what I'll do with those ancient models. Like, with the ancient guys or the really bad looking lady. Like, I 100% legitimately do not know what I'll do with them. Oh, sorry. Come on. Chicken, like, fucking having a shit fit outside. So yeah, just really weird. Really, really weird. Alright, let's see. This guy needs some more brown touch up, and he's going to need some green touch up. Let's do the green touch up first. I was supposed to be working on the spacesuit, and then I sort of got totally sidetracked by this delivery boy. He's just really fun to paint. Just nice, simple, clear details. I'm digging it. So yeah, like, the Night Haunt side's phenomenal. What I'm thinking about doing is picking up, like, a cheap box of Night Haunt, like, infantry, and seeing if I can get my idea working. And seeing if I can get them to look like oil. And if I can pull it off, then I might consider this box a little more seriously. Right, so that's what I'm debating doing for it. Because I do really like that new leader, but there's no combat patrol for the Night Haunt, which is obnoxious. So yeah. touch that up. I'm just touching up the coat, because the coat actually hangs over the belt in the back. At first I thought it was the belt and I should just paint it belt color, but it's actually the coat. There we go. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, let's touch these browns up. Pick out a couple more details. Well, he's pretty much done. We'll touch the browns up. So yeah. Yeah. So the Nighthawk stuff is really good. You just get a really nice mix of varied units in there. I was looking at the range. There's a couple of other neat HQs, but they seem to only be from the starter sets, the previous starter sets. Just kind of a letdown. And then there is there's a couple of neat like mid units. Like there's one called like Spirit Hosts, which is like just a whole bunch of like big swirling ghosts, like more like ethereal ghosts, I guess, than the like, I don't know, than the like living wrappings kind of thing. And there's a bunch that have like animal heads that are really cool, and I'm super into that. They have like horse skulls. I think they're called glaive wraiths or something. I don't know. I might yeah. What I'm debating doing is picking up like maybe a unit of those and seeing if I can get my oil aesthetic to work on them. So I think I can, because I think it works on my other guys. So I think it'll work on them, so we'll see. We'll see if I can get it to work with these guys too. And go from there. But yeah, that was LVO. It was, in general, a pretty lackluster show. There wasn't really a ton to it, unfortunately. I already have some of this out. But I mean, what was shown off was all very nice. It just, majority of it was not for me, kind of thing. The only thing that like might be for me is the ghosts. I think I also just kind of want to be excited for Warhammer a little bit. And I've just been really, really disappointed in 40k. Every codex that comes out and stuff, it just, it's the whole way they work now is, I don't know. It's very like competitive and serious. And that's nice on one hand. On the other hand, I'm just like, nah, bro. I want like silly fun rules, please. And there's a little bit of that, right? Like there's all this new like campaign stuff and all, and that's neat. But like, COVID numbers are so fucking high that I can't run a campaign right now, right? Sounds like the Custodes might take LVO. Oh, for 40k? That's pretty cool. I honestly, the only part of the tournament I've been watching is the AOS part, which I know is basically like oops, all dragons, but that's cool because dragons are rad. So it'd be cool if Custodes won. Be really neat if Gene Stealers won. Just because Gene Stealers are cool and they deserve to win something, you know? They've been kind of punching bags for like years and years. So it'd be really neat if they got to win something. That would be super nice for them. Oh man, we're slightly off camera again. Damn it. There we go. Alright. Just picking out little details. like, you don't have to paint all the details, but if you get a couple of them, it can really add to the model. Right? So like there's little clips and stuff. And then we'll have the let's see, what other color do I need to touch up here? Oop. Thank you. We could use some more touch up on the brown, like down here on the boots. But yeah, it'd be cool if Code Stones won. They're a cool army. I think they're neat. It's just a shame so much of their line is Forge World. Alright. There's our friend, the storage clerk, servitor, shipper man. There he is. He's gonna get a wash of Agrax Earthshade and then maybe some highlights. And we'll move on to back to the spacesuit. I believe GSC made top 8. Nice. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's probably what, like AdMech and Drukhari and Space Marines, right? It's probably like Grey Knights or something. I don't know if Grey Knights are actually good. I know a lot of people were playing. There was a lot of like local hype for Grey Knights and Thousand Suns, so I don't know if they're actually good or not. Pick out some of the tan bits, or some of the armor bits, and do them in tan. So like these big knee pads and stuff. It'll pick up a little bit of brown when he gets his brown wash at the end, and it should help darken him down because he's otherwise he's going to be a little bit of a bright banana. Nobody likes a bright banana. There we go. Oh, yeah, I guess we can do the boots in brown too, and tan as well. But yeah, the LVO reveal in general has been very disappointing. But it has got me thinking about Nighthaunt. So I do really like the Nighthaunt character. So I have to go down to town to drop the Dread Saurian I showed off earlier to my friend. I might stop off at the hobby shop and see if they have any Nighthaunt models. Pretty sure they do. Oh. Custos, Dark Elder, and I forgot the 3rd and 4th. No Grey Knights were hit with a nerf. You know, take it. Oh, so they couldn't have like a shooting chapter and like a hammer hands chapter. Yeah, that is a pretty big shake up to drop right before a big convention like that. I mean, they dropped it literally like a week before. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. Like, if I was a serious player going to LVO, I probably would have been pissed if I did that. To be honest, I don't think I've ever taken multiple units like that, just because, or multiple detachments with multiple, like, sub-factions like that. Stop people from taking multiple chapter masters in the baby carriers. Oh, nice. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Because that's a weird thing. Yeah, that seems weird and kind of gamey. Butt pads, paint those in as well. But yeah, I don't think I've ever taken multiple, what's it called, in a chapter. Jesus. In a list. I don't think I've ever taken, like, multiple sub-factions. Usually, like, one sub-faction is more than enough for me to try to remember. When you start throwing more in, I'm just like, I don't know. Random bullshit, go. Like, you know, it's like, oh, these guys get one to charge, and these guys get one to shoot in, and these guys get one to attack or whatever, and I'm like, I'm going to be lucky if I remember one of those, you know? I'm like, oh, what's your sub-faction? Whatever one is easiest. That's kind of how I do it. Or I pick something super thematic. Like, my orcs are always goth. Because that fits how they're painted. Because they're painted to be like Fury Road orcs. So, since they're all in the blacks anyway, I always run them as goth. But like my Chaos Space Marine, my like little 25 power list I have of those, they're painted to be every Chaos faction. So like there's Emperor's Children in there, and there's, you know, Alfarius guys, and Night Lords, and Word Bearers, and, you know, World Eaters, and all in the same list. So I could really, like, I would be happy running them as whatever one I felt like I wanted to. But like I did them that way just because I wanted to paint all the different things. I didn't want to limit myself to like one style. I wanted to try painting all these different things. Same thing with my actual Space Marines. They're the same as well. They're all different chapters. They're whatever chapter I feel like painting that day. And I have a whole Space Marine army that's that way. It's very gamey. I played it twice and got my face pushed in hard. Laugh at Miami Vice Tau so people can't tell me it's a specific sept. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Like, I've always heard... God, you are so wiggly today. Stop. I've always heard of people having issues with, like, certain color schemes being certain things. I've never seen it in action. Like, I've had people actively cheat while I'm playing. And I've had people, like, lie to me and make stuff up. And, like, all the other bad shit that can happen. But I've never had someone, like, complain that the models are the wrong color. It's just such a weird thing in my brain, like that someone would do that, you know. But I know that's a thing because people talk about it. But I've never had that one happen. Let's see. Some more straps back here. up in there. Oop, stop. There we go. But yeah, I'm expecting the dragons will get some kind of nerf next time, because supposedly they're like being fucking oppressive. But I mean, they're dragons and they're cool, so I don't care. Like, they're so cool. Like, dragons are just like, yeah. Like, I've got Krondus sitting behind me. He's like 80% done, and I haven't finished painting him because I don't want to be finished painting him. I know that sounds like extreme mental illness, which, I mean, let's be fair, it probably is. But like, I don't want to be finished painting my Krondus. So he's literally like that's me wiggling on the lights. Right? Like, to get him to washes, he needs probably like another hour or two of work. And that's it. I haven't had the courage to finish him yet. Yeah, let's see. So I've seen the army of Ultramarines that are Blood Angels only because he wanted to test out to see if they were dumping money into them. Totally fair, and yes, dragons are clearing tables, making a lot of feel bad. Earth Tiger Witch. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Thank you. I'm assuming you're talking about my bad dragon Krondus. Who is... yeah. So, he's coming along. He's coming along. He needs washes and some paint clean. He needs some paint cleanup, washes, and then dry brushing. And he's done. I haven't wanted to finish him because he's such an amazing model. So, but yeah, I really like my bad dragon Krondus. Alright, so our friend here is ready for his dousing of Agrax Earthshade. So we can do that. Actually, let's do his base before we do that. Yeah, I'll do the bases after. Alright. Good old Agrax Earthshade. We're gonna slather it all over this motherfucker. Oh, I love how you painted him. I think Vermilion by Vallejo would be an amazing highlight for the pure red. Yeah, so he's gonna get washes over that, and then he's gonna get a highlight, probably a two-tone highlight, in dry brushing. I don't know which red I'm going to use yet, because the red he is now is heavy red from Vallejo. No, he's not heavy red. He's pure red from Army Painter. Yeah. So I'm not sure what color I'm going to use yet, because I want to make sure I maintain the bright red even after washes. So he's probably going to get just a Nuln Oil wash, and then he'll probably get like a couple tone highlight in dry brushing. But that's when I work up the courage to finish him, which is not right now. Just gotta work up the courage, because he's just such a cool model. I don't want to be done with him, if that makes sense. So yeah. Okay. Well, that will be our buddy here is just smattering of Agrax Earthshade. And then once he dries up, that's what our... Stop the wiggling, Jesus. Once he dries up, that's how he'll look. It'll be nice and dirty and ready to deliver things around the Underhive. We'll let him dry a little while we work on the spacesuit guy a little bit more, and then we can take another look at him once he's dry. Alright, let's see. I'm going to pick out some of the techno details on these. So yeah, I don't know. I might start some Night Haunt. I might just let it pass me by. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I think I'm probably going to pick up one box of like Night Haunt and see if I can get my idea to work, because I want to try doing like greasy, slimy, like reflective oil. Because I really like the idea of this like Fern Gully army just like ghosting across the table, right? Like, maybe they're not ghosts in the like ethereal sense. Maybe they're ghosts in the like, I don't know, animated materials kind of thing, right? So they're just like this like wave of gross oil that's like washing across the table and like consuming everything it touches, kind of thing. I think that's pretty rad. So that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably try to find a I don't know, like a small cheap unit that I like, so I can try it out to see if I can do it. Because I think if I paint them black and then gloss varnish them and then dry brush them with color shifting paints. I know that's not how you're supposed to typically use color shifting paints, but I think if I do that, I could get a really cool oil effect. Or if that doesn't work, totally paint them in color shifting paints. Hit them with watered down black Templar, and then dry brush them with black. Because what that would do is you would end up with black in the crevices, black on the creases, and like the mid-tone, the mid area, that would be like that would still have the color shift paint like on it. And I think that might look really, really cool. And then hit the whole thing with an oil wash again. Sorry, not an oil wash. Hit the whole thing with what the fuck is the word I'm looking for here? Gloss varnish. Oil wash could be cool too. Do like glossy black, gloss coat, do color shifting paints, and then hit the whole thing with an oil wash and wipe it off. That would probably also work pretty well too. Oh, by the way, I do really your comment about Miami Vice Tower reminded me. They look really cool, by the way. I've repeatedly tried to paint that color pattern, and I've constantly failed at it. Like, I have multiple times tried to paint the like 80s color palette, and I can just never get it right. But yours are coming out super good. They look like the McDonald's cups. Not McDonald's. The Taco Bell, like, cups from, like, the 90s, and that's super cool. But yeah, I've tried doing that multiple times. That's how I've wound up with multiple armies that end up being like trans pride armies. That I was like, I would feel weird putting that on the table since I'm not trans. So I've had to repaint them. Which is why my sisters, who I wanted to be like Miami Vice, like 80s colors, ended up being like purple, pink, and white. Because they were originally blue, pink, and white, but that's like the trans pride flag. Old school milkshake cups. Yeah, they look like the cups from the 90s, and it's awesome. I love it. But yeah, so like I've legitimately tried painting that multiple times and have failed every single time. One of my failures on it, I called it the like. It got a lot of attention on Instagram. I called it the like pastel chaos or something, and it's basically like a chaos space marine, but he looks like he's like. How do I even describe it? He looks like he's like a Easter egg, kind of. It's really weird. It came out super weird. I've never repainted it just because it's so weird. Like, I've kept it painted. Just because it's so bizarre. He's up on my Instagram. He's a very, very weird looking model. Yeah, stop. Thank you. But yeah, the 80s color scheme has eluded me, unfortunately. Because originally I wanted my Chaos Space Marines to be that color, and then that didn't work out. And then I was like, oh, I'll do my Sisters of Battle that color. And that didn't work out. And then I was like, oh, I'll do my Tyranids that color. And that didn't work out. And I wound up with color schemes that I like for all of those. I think the Sisters of Battle one needs a little bit of love still. I think I need to go back and touch up my sister's army. I don't feel like it's like to the standard of my other armies. But like I fucking love my Tyranid color scheme right now. Like oh. Oh. Like these are legitimately one of my favorite armies. I've never gotten to play with them, but I just love how they look. They are like one of my favorite armies. They're definitely in the top like 3 for 40k. 'Cause I think my Death Guard beat them, and they're probably number 2 for 40k. I love how they look. So screwing up that 80s color scheme has it's given me some good. It's given me some good, but I've definitely tried it many times. All right, do you have any more details on this that we want to pick out with this color? I don't think so. I think we just need to do cleanups on you, and then you're done. Give me 1 sec. And just to prove I'm not bullshitting about trying and failing that color scheme, I have a whole bag of Tyranids that, like, see, you can see this guy was pink and blue with a yellow shell that I stripped, right? Like, I stripped these. I didn't do an amazing job stripping them. I need to respray them, but yeah, you can see that like I literally have like a pile of Tyranids sitting over there that I need to redo that were those colors. Started and then Reddit pointed it out, but I still see. Okay. Nice. Yeah, well, yours they look a lot more 80s than Mine did. Mine basically just came out looking like Trans Pride. And that's awesome. I'm super happy that if somebody wants a Trans Pride army, more fucking power to you. That's legit. Rock on. But as not a trans person, I would feel weird putting a Trans Pride army on the table. That would feel strange to me. Now, that being said, I do have Rainbow Pride Space Wolves. But, I mean, as I'm that acronym, I feel more comfortable with that, right? Like, I don't feel comfortable sort of, repping somebody else's jam, That feels weird to me. But yeah, your stuff definitely came out more 80s than mine did. Let's pick out some more details on this guy. You know what? Where did the shiny red go? I liked that a lot on this guy. I would love to play your sisters on cam once it's all done. Oh my god, I would love to stream some battles when fucking COVID chills the fuck out. I actually got permission at Armchair to stream. I got permission at Armchair to stream because I was going to play Curse City, and that was right before like COVID picked up again. So we were going to go down there and we were going to stream Curse City, me and Chris, and we were going to play through the whole thing, but it didn't work out. But my setup is actually portable, so once COVID chills the fuck out, I will be out and about with it, hopefully getting some games in. So it is really fun to play games like on stream. I really enjoy it. A couple times I've gotten my husband to play Legion with me are probably my favorite streams. Like legitimately, they are my favorite streams. Just picking out some little bits and bobs here. But I'm printing out my first bust right now. Oh, like resin printing? That's cool. What are you printing for a bust? I actually haven't tried printing a bust yet. I know a lot of people enjoy painting them because they say it's way different than painting minis, but I actually haven't tried it. You'll have to let me know what you're printing. Some of the... I think Papascal, the guy that did these, I think also does busts. I think. Okay. Just picking more details out. I have to clean up the yellow a little before this guy gets washes, but I'll do that after I do all the details. That way, because I screw up any of the details, they'll be easier to clean up. I want the greens somewhere else on here besides just that gun. There's another tube too. There we go. That's good. Yeah, I try to avoid Orphan colors when possible. Like I should probably paint something else green besides the toolbox, but I think it's okay. Oh man, I'm way off camera. Yeah, so there it goes. Alright, so let's do those touch-ups, I guess. get those knocked out, and then I'm going to call this spaceman done and call streaming for the day. Go give Matt his big old death dinosaur. It's not actually a death dinosaur, it's a Dreadsaurian. I'm going to drop that off to him. And tomorrow before work, I give Paul his like angry chaos mammoth. Boop, 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 boop. I still have to print him a base out for it, but he literally works right by my house, so it's not hard to get to his work. So I'll print him one out this week. I'm also going to hook him up with some stuff to make, oh wait, this should actually all be this color. Some stuff to make attaching it easier, so like some wire and some green stuff and all that. Turn of Ages D&D campaign. That's cool. I actually don't know a whole lot about D&D on the island. I love D&D. I really enjoyed playing it with my friends back in the day, but I actually don't know a lot about like how it works on the island and who runs it and that kind of stuff. All right, so let's give our spaceman here a couple minutes to dry. We'll take a look at our delivery servitor. Got we fully painted on stream. There he is, ready to deliver all the goodness. It is really nice when you get to fully paint something on stream and get it fully completed. These like 3D models are really nice for that because they're all just one-offs. So there he is, ready to deliver whatever the hell nasty thing is in these red containers. And with that, we'll hit our... Do I want this guy to dry some more? I really do. Alright, so we're going to hold off doing his washes because I want him to dry a little more. But we'll do one last coat of touch-up with the yellow to make sure it's nice and yellow. This is a good yellow color, but yellows always have trouble with coverage. It's just the nature of yellow. So we'll just do some more yellow. But yeah, weird reveal. Not as much as I was expecting. Not as much as I think a lot of people were expecting. I think people really, since it was the first one and there hasn't been one in a while, I think people were really, really hyped for this. So I feel like a lot of people were sort of let down. But it's all good. And there will be more Warhammer in the future. There will be more Warhammer. So that's okay. And Total War is going on, so people can be really hyped for that. Plus, if they follow their logic thing, their like normal cadence, there will actually be a reveal on Monday. For something that wasn't shown off at LVO. So there should be another reveal on Monday if they follow the normal Warhammer community cadence. So we'll get to see what that is too, which will be pretty cool. All right, And there's Banana Man. Ring, ring, banana spaceman. Ring, ring, banana spaceman. And he'll get just a nice coat of Agrax, and then I'll probably do a little bit of work on the visor, and he'll be ready to rock. But he needs to dry. And then we've got our friend, the delivery man, who we completed 100% on stream. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it for today. And I'm going to go give my friend his 3D model. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was interesting to look at all the 3D models and stuff. And to bullshit about LVO. But I'm going to call it there. Have a good one. And keep on keeping